back for a short, quick second. It seemed like a whole lot went down last night. You guys, I wish I would have called everything in real time, but I didn't catch everything in real time. But man, wow, I missed a lot. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only thing I remember from yesterday was I was over there. I think I was over there at Nest, and then after that I went somewhere else, and I decided to chill on out like I'm doing right now. But I'm up and ready to ready to get started with work. So yeah, I had a pretty good night of rest, and I'm so happy that I did get some rest because whoo, I was running off fumes earlier. Honestly, I was running off fumes, and so I needed to rest. I could have did what I was supposed to. Well, I could have did what I'm doing right now yesterday, but I decided to take a break. I was like, shit, I need a break because I have not rested, and when I don't rest, it's a problem. It's a big problem. Yes, indeed. But I'm happy that I'm happy that I'm well rested. I really want some coffee. I want some hot coffee, baby, with some cream. No, well, yeah, a little bit. Maybe just a little bit of cream, maybe some milk. I don't really too much care for the sugar, but that's all I need. hmm But yeah, a whole lot went down last night. From what I heard, and then and basically a little bit what I seen. Yes, indeed. But hopefully well, some of them guys will get that relationships back together. If not, oh well, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. But you know what? Some people got to learn to detox. You know, just detox. Hell, I do it all the time. You know, if I feel like there's nothing to talk about, I won't. I don't feel the need to come on camera or really just be on live for something. I don't do all that. Honestly, I'll be taking care of other things. Taking care of other things, and if I choose to come on, I come on. If not, look, you just won't see me. You just won't see me. But hey, I would hope that my supporters don't feel neglected like children, because I don't neglect anybody. I try to look. Well, I try not to neglect folks. They want some of my time, but a brother just needs some space and just him just being him. Shit, that's just how I be. You know, like I love you, but I gotta do me first, for a chance. I just how I be. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna have to go off camera for a second. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Hold on, you guys. Well, we'll talk just like this then. If that's the case, the phone is tripping for some unknown reason. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. The I heard that. Look, I heard it was a whole lot going on. Man, I missed the good highlights of it all. But I've been catching up. I've been catching up on here and there and everywhere on certain topics and certain people and individuals. I ain't gonna lie. Even though the year is ending, it's kind of ended on a high note to me a little bit, just a tad bit, just a little tad bit. I bet you next year, ain't no telling what's gonna happen next year. Oh my goodness, like who's gonna be the next big thing going for the time being, and what's gonna transit? What's gonna happen? You know, I be wondering certain. Really, I be wondering about certain things like that. When it comes to certain individuals, people that you got people out here right now that don't want to get their name out there like that, but hell, you keep on having some more opinions and look and keep on hitting them links. And then here you go, your channel finna pop. Shit, because look, folks gonna be subscribing, trying to see who you are and what you talk about. You know, look, they'll fuck with you. They'll fuck with you. If they don't, they don't. Mm, everybody get a dosage, and look, everybody we're not a dosage, but really their turn. Everybody get a turn. Everybody get a turn. Sometimes folks can get too many turns, boy. Yes, indeed. Like shit, if you keep on getting tagged, oh my goodness, you gonna have to look. A lot of the times, you got look. They got either you can either take your channel down, you can either take it down, or you can leave it up. shit, some folks will leave it up. If you ask me, I'll leave my shit up. I'm not taking anything down there. The only time I take it down if I'm really trying to watch out for my shit, because this a lot of these videos that we do make, it means a lot. It means a whole lot. It ain't the world or nothing like that. But at the same time, I don't want to miss. I don't want none of my shit fucked with. That's why I know shit. If I do play something that's a copyright strike, if I get one of those strikes, shit, and I know I should not be playing that music, I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna let it ride out for a little minute, and I'm gonna take it on down. I ain't gonna look. I don't want my shit to be fucked with. And then folks love to really get you with that too. Oh, you playing somebody else's music? Well, you know what? Hell, you been playing other folks' music too. So shit, hell, let me rock out for the time being. Hell, I ain't getting paid for this shit. Hell, y'all get paid. I ain't get paid. So shit, whatever I do, I'm gonna shit. I know YouTube gonna do its thing, because they love to either mute. I want to say they'll mute your video or they'll take it down immediately. But sometimes they'll let you ride out. It depends, though. It depends. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's a little strange to me, because some folks be going over and beyond and playing this and playing that, and they ass to still be up. Like, how does that work? But I guess shit, if you've been around for some shit, they ain't fucked up either. But I guess it depends on the subscribers. I guess I guess how many people that you got. Shit, hell, if you bringing them, if you making them money and shit, you making money at that too. Shit, hell, I guess it's like shit. Fuck it, nigga, play whatever you want to play. We just need them. We just need the views. If you ask me, that's what I look. Y'all know these folks be out here like that. I ain't gonna like these companies. Shit, hell, if you making the money like for them streamers, them niggas making millions, but the company making millions too as well too. They look with your ass. They need you. They probably look, and they got the right to cut you if they want to cut you down, But at the same time, they need your shit, because you making them money too as well. And you making money too. Shit, it's the best of both worlds. How can you complain? I wouldn't be complaining. Shoot, at all. I'll be finding me some good investors. Hey, I'll be finding some good investors, baby. I'll be having me some businesses, baby, all around, baby. You wouldn't even know it. Look, I wouldn't even name a ghetto name. It'd be a name that you wouldn't even think of, Or maybe maybe a name that you may have seen, but it'll be just in a different form. But yes, indeed, baby. People be amazed on what I'm attached. What my name's attached to. That's out there. That's my business. I'll be that sneaky with it. Yes, indeed. You wouldn't know. Like motherfuckers going to the laundromat somewhere, or to wash a tip, baby. That's mine. Did you know? And I'm speaking into it. And look, I'm speaking it out there into existence. So yes, indeed. Because I want to have some investment properties somewhere one of these days. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. But I was spoken. Did you catch the drift last night of the drama? I missed it. I was in bed, sleeping my ass off. I said, shit, I'm gonna turn. Look, I ate my pizza, and I went to sleep. I was tired. I was like, I thought I could, maybe wing it to 12. I was in the bed by 11 something. I think it's either 11 or 10. Shoot, I was like, shoot, forget this. I turned my TV off and everything. I turned that fan on, and I was gone to the world. And it felt good, stretching out and I felt so good. I feel so good. I wish I would have stayed asleep a little longer, because, I don't know how long today is going to be for the time being while I'm moving some things around. But yes, indeed, I really enjoyed that rest. We can do some stretches though, and some squats. Want to do some squats later on. Yes, indeed. But I wouldn't ever, but you know what? One thing I wouldn't do, I would never ever record myself doing squats for the camera, because people think very, very perverted nowadays. So I don't want my video floating around. Folks love certain things in a provocative way, and you gotta watch out for them niggas, because they love to do that shit all the time. Especially I don't want to say, but I should say. I've been guilty of it, but I ain't gonna lie, I've been guilty of it, but I don't do that shit like that. Them niggas be out there recording as. He said I was out partying, but he said, but I don't watch So I don't watch out her. She cussed me out. So I be I can't see that. Is that I'll be responding soon. Well, I ain't gonna ask you who cussed you out because I don't know. I don't know who did. I just know I heard something about other. I don't want to say names because I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be messy or nothing like that. You know, that's not me. Mm-mm. But it was just wild from what I heard. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. And look, I am outside enjoying this weather, even though I'm cold as fuck right now. And you know, I think we're gonna have a really really cold winter. You know, like for real, for real. Like I wish I had some gloves on, but you know, honestly, I don't like holding certain things in my hand when I have gloves on because it feels weird. Like I don't know, it's a very very weird feeling that I don't like. Mm-mm. I can't stand it. Mm-mm. But I look. I got a hoodie over too. And I look good in this jacket too. I'm gonna show y'all again. I look good, but I need my face to be moisturized. You know, I gotta moisturize all of this tonight. And I gotta do a little shaving too, cause I'm tired of these bumps and shit. Even though you guys can't see them, I don't think they very very small. But you know, call me Cannon Jackson. Yes indeed. If you nasty. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. That's my daddy coming out of me now. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I told you guys he lived. Look, he lives through me. We have silly. Look, we've always been silly. From what I heard, he's always a silly person. Mm-hmm. But yes, indeed. I'm just enjoying the weather. I'm just enjoying the weather right now. And you guys, I do hope that some people make it out there out of that hurricane. But you know what? I'll tell you, if it would feel so good to live on that, like on the coast like that, you know. But I'd be concerned about the weather. But you know, it's just comes along with life. You know, it can happen anywhere. You know, with the tornadoes like here in Arkansas, oh my goodness, like I hate it when they get around by springtime because the weather be changing. I remember one time when I walked out the house and the humidity of it all in the morning, it was so hot. I'm like, it ain't never felt like this before. What the hell's going on out there? You know, I be watching and paying attention to a lot of things. You know, I may not see it or sound like it, but baby, when I be noticing like the weather is changing like that, I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have some, you know, maybe a little tornado out there in the mix. You know, when it's raining and all that fast wind, that really makes me nervous. I really got bad anxiety, like all that damn fast wind and hitting the windows and that, thank goodness we get small little ice sometimes. You know. Thank God it don't get to the point where it's like a baseball bat. I mean, well, baseball, like you can hawk that motherfucker over there and do something to something, Like, thank goodness we don't get that. I hope that we don't ever get nothing like that. But yeah, anytime that it storms or it gets really really bad around here, the lights go out, which I hate. Because I don't 9 times out of 10 I don't have my phone charged. And if it is, look, and if my phone got a little juice in it, it's half. So when it's half, it's going down to 20 because it can be on 30, maybe 38%. Then after a while, shit, as long as you going from app to app, you know, shit, and then you got another. Then sometimes if you get really busy, you can make an app. You can make one app kind of smaller, like into a square, and you can be on another app, so you can hear and see certain things that you need to see at the same time, and that shit is distracting. But it also it's really using your battery. All these apps is really just sucking the battery percentage down faster, quick, fast, in a hurry. That's why look, when I'm at the house, I use the Wi-Fi. I turn my mobile data, it's going off. It's going off, yes, indeed. Because you know what? You never know when you are out somewhere from the house, you may need to use maybe like a Lyft, another app like, Lyft, Uber, or get a taxi somewhere, Because sometimes these phones and it's, I ain't gonna lie, the connections, it be fucking up. I ain't gonna lie. Look, it's been plenty of times I done left the house and went somewhere, and when it was time for me to leave, my phone was saying no connection. I'm like, no data connection. I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't been using my motherfucking data now. Shit, I ain't at the look. I ain't at the house right now. I need something. I need my shit to be working. Even and eventually it came back on. Thank goodness. But I don't like that shit. Be scaring me. Like I ain't finna walk. I don't want to walk too far. Now I will walk. Shit, I know how to get around. Like folks may think just because I don't drive, I may be lost in the city, bitch. I know how to get around. I've been here for 33 years of my life. I know how to get around. Shit, I know how to get home. It's been plenty of times where I done walked home a long way. Some hours there and back. Thank God for legs. I'm so thankful. I mean, I be seeing people in chairs and holding canes, baby. That ain't never been me before. It has once upon a time. I hurt myself, but just to have the option of not being in pain, you're able to walk freely. You gotta be careful because a lot of times I feel like none of us can afford to fall nowadays. We can't afford to hurt ourselves because we're gonna have to heal for a little minute. It may take a month or two. I noticed that about my body now. I may have an incident where if I hurt myself, if I fall or something, or if I was to hurt my shoulder or something. I'm like, damn, I would, after the third week, I'll be healed. Shoot, boy, that your body be telling you something different. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna heal myself. I'm gonna heal on my own when I'm ready. I'm like, okay. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm still healing from a few things that done happened to me, whether it was in the past or present. Like, damn, I would have thought, but I'm still like, I'm still waiting. Cause sometimes you can have a reminder, like your muscle will tell you. Cause it seems like you get like a what is that called? Like if you're moving your arm, sometimes you get these little sharp little pains. Sometimes it's very very I would say it's very very minor, but if you done had an accident and you done fell on that part or you done bruised it, man, you're gonna be feeling some little aches and pains. But shit, the hospital be so cheap nowadays. They give your ass some type of gel to rub on your skin where it's at. But I think that may work. But me personally, I think you be better off taking a pill. But I don't really too much do the pill thing too much anymore. I usually been waiting for shit to wear off. Because somebody always told me you don't want to be taking all them pills. That shit fuck with other parts in your body. So I be listening to people like that when it come to that, because that is true. I don't like to, put in just any old thing, like, like no. But I do want to try I do want to try the honey, the onion. I think it's garlic. They say it helps with inflammation. I mean, no, not inflammation, but pigment. So whatever's all in your lungs or chest or whatever, that shit comes up. It'll be good, and I need that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes you can use honey or green, or maybe you may drink green tea or some of the teas. It may work for me or other people out there, but for me, I feel like that makes you. It's just only makes you go to the bathroom. I need something that can just clear it all up, But at the same time, folks do be saying you can't, you can't huff and puff while you, with that. You gotta pick one, choose one. And I don't think it's always, I don't think it's always, the smoking. I just think it may be the air, shit. But I don't be having I don't be having a big problem when it comes to that shit. I used to when I used to be on Newports a lot. I used to smoke Newport longs and shorts. I used to buy them hoes when they was like $6, $6 or $7. I think they was $6 at one point, and then they went up to $7. And then now they up to like 11, I guess. I can't believe that. Like, who's buying a pack of $20? I mean, you get 20 in the pack. But who's buying a pack of those nowadays? Like, damn, y'all spend some money. Like, that's a habit. That's a motherfucking habit. Man, I wouldn't be able to sell my shit. You ain't getting. You better go. You better go out there to the bootleg and go and get you one, two for $1 or one for 50. Look, one for 50 cents. Cause I ain't selling your shit. Like, cause as the person that is smoking those cigarettes, think about it. They gotta go in their pocket and they gotta pay for that shit. And them giving you ones like them not smoking one. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. At the end of the day, if you go low, shit, hell, you gonna be thinking about, I could have had another cigarette in the box, but I gave one out for some change. You're like, hell no, fuck that. Them days are over. Nowadays, I can't even look. Nowadays, I don't even think you can get somebody to sell you a square. Nowadays, they made shit like I ain't look. I promise you, back in the day, you could get you can get one. Mm-hmm. You can get about 2 of them hoes. But I'm not on them. You know, me personally, I don't suggest smoking those. Those are bad for you. Then your breath. That's why I got off them hoes. You know, I was losing my motherfucking breath. Like hell no. I think I was 18, but I was smoking. I was smoking way before that. You know. I think it went from tobacco and then it went to marijuana. But yes, indeed. But I got off that at some point and I got on and I got back off and got on. It was like I was playing double dutch with that shit. Because I wasn't one of them types where I need, and it just what it was. It was what it was. Shit, like it is today. It is what it is. Look, if I want to fuck with it, I'll fuck with it. If I don't, I don't. If I can go without it. I don't need this. I don't need that. Look, I'm satisfied without it, with or without it. Honestly, some folks actually need it, and ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit, smoke up all you can. Shit, feel that. Look, feel that. Look, feel the vibe. Feel that urge. To feel high. For the majority of the time. I don't like feeling high for the majority of the time. Sometimes I like to feel like a little buzz sometimes. I mean, I could be high, but at the same time, shit, I ain't got to be all throwed and shit to the point where I'm ready to go to sleep and shit. I don't want to be sleepy. I want to be up. I want to feel the vibe. Shit, how can I feel the vibe? How can I feel the vibe and I'm laying down? Hell no, I need to be up with everybody else. For real. Like, and that's the other thing. Like, if I go around a group of people, that's cool. It got to be a select few because I don't like being around everybody. I'm gonna have some drinks for us to drink, and some weed to smoke. Well, marijuana to smoke. I shouldn't say weed. That's a ghetto term, but it is what it is. It's weed. Weed is weed. I ain't the weed man. Shit. I fucks with the weed man, but I ain't the weed man. I got 2 of them on deck. Shit. Yeah. Well, look. I'm gonna tell you guys this. When one of them don't come through, I can call the other one. If the other one got some bad shit, I can call the other one. I balance them out. You gotta balance them out. It's a balance when it comes to the weed man. It is. Sometimes you put some of them on time out. And by that I mean, shit, you ain't gotta fuck with them. Because they be trying to hold you. You hold them out. Look, you can hold their asses without really telling them, I'm straight. I already got taken care of. They really hate that. They don't even respond back to you. Look, it's been plenty of times I done told motherfuckers I'm good. Yeah, I sure did. And I made it. But even though I was lying, but that shit, it was what it was. Shit, yeah, sometimes I'll be good. I'll be good. Shit. Because sometimes you can get some good look, you can get some good shit and you can get some bad shit. It depends. I think I ain't gonna lie to you. I would say it depends on the seasons, but it don't even have to do it. Don't have it can be rain, sleet, snow. It don't mean that don't mean nothing. It's about who are they shopping with that is causing this effect on everybody, because we all are feeling that is that is the clientele that is shopping with this with this person. No one goes out there to do really to fuck up their shit like that, but shit, whoever you shopping with, you gotta switch it up, because shit, your clientele is gonna go down for real. And that's what anything, clothes, food, everything got to be right. Like if I choose to look, if I want to be a dope dealer, which I would never be, but if I had that mindset, if I want to do all of that, I got to make sure the product is right. I got to test it out, because if it's right, I can put it out there. I'm not suggesting this at all to anybody out there. I'm not a dealer at all. I don't do none of that shit. I done tried it before, just one time, but that was it. It was for a very, very short time. But I don't suggest that for anybody. But yes, indeed. But if I wanted to be on some shit like that, I can be around the right people, and they can teach me the ropes, because I don't know everything. If I didn't know, well, how can I say it? I know certain things, everything like that, so I have to be told certain things. So I've been around it a few times, but I don't be thinking about the shit like that. So that should be going over my head. Forgive me. Charge it to my heart, not my head. Well, how they say it? Well, my head, not my heart. Yeah, one of the two. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can look. If I want to make some shit shake, I can do some shit. I'll be making some shit shake. I done been around people that done made some shit. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a few folks right now that know me from some years when I was with some people for the time being. And I still, get my shit from them to this day. And that's been about 10, almost 10, 11 years ago. And they still around. That's why I'm so happy. I'm not into all that bullshit of, this shit on YouTube. I don't want to be into it like that. I come in and I see, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I'll be worried about what I gotta take care of and how I'm gonna make some money. You know, it's fun to entertain certain things, but this ain't really what it is when it comes to what you gotta take care of stuff when you get off of here. You know, honestly. Mm-hmm. But for the time being, I'm enjoying myself because what time is it? Because if it's getting around by 8, I gotta go get me give me some Gatorade so I don't be cramping up. And then after that, I'm gonna have to get me something to drink. I might get me some liquor tonight. Give me some liquor tonight. Then I'm gonna be probably at the house because I could went to I do clubs, but that's every blue moon. It can be a year or two from now until I go back out. I'm one of those type of people. I can get out and I can experience certain shit when I want to. Only when I want to. I don't need to be forced. I don't need to be saying, you can come to me about an event. I choose to tell you. Look, I will tell you if I want to choose to go or not. And you would know. Trust me, you would know. I'm not gonna put you on the boat. Mm-mm. Now, a couple of years ago, catch me. If you called me a couple of years ago, yeah, I would have gave you a lot of excuses, and I would have put you. Look, I wouldn't even answer my phone. Mm-hmm. I would have been real fake. I'd have been real fake. Yes, indeed. But nowadays, I tell you the truth, and I would hope that you don't get offended. Because I'm telling you the truth. Look, I'll be honest nowadays. It's good to be honest. Hold on, you guys. Ooh, sometimes it'll get you. It'll get you. But I don't feel like walking though. But I gotta walk because I gotta get something real. I gotta get something from the store real quick so I can have some energy. Even though I'm already refreshed, I kind of want to exercise, but I don't want to do too much because I gotta lift. I gotta lift and I gotta take some shit off here. And I ain't finna be stressing myself out. You ain't finna wear me down at all. And then I gotta hit the grocery store up to get me something to eat. So shit, I got some things I gotta handle. That's why I don't be focusing. I can't focus on too much what's going on. Look, I catch it when I catch it. If I don't catch it, it ain't meant for me to watch. That's how I be feeling. I ain't lying. So I think there's some folks on here that be dying, feeling like, oh, I gotta get back home, or I gotta get. Nah, I'm not gonna be rushing to my damn phone. Hell no, fuck that. If I see it, I see it. If I don't see it, and I'm not gonna be stressing out and about not seeing it. I on here stressing the fuck out because they can't see certain shit. I can't do it. Shit, hell, hey, it is what it is. If it come through, it come through. If it get put, if it gets put on membership, hell, it is what it is. It ain't meant for your motherfucking ass to see it. I take it with a grain of salt. Look, anybody got to be messed up about not seeing something that you want to, that everybody else doesn't see. Shit, it is what it is. I be getting out. Look, some folks need to get out their feelings about certain things. For real. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. But I need to head to that store real quick, fast, and a hurry. And when you come in, can you guys please like the video? I'm trying my best to give you a little bit of me before I, have to go out and do some work. So I will appreciate it if you can, like the video when you come in. Get a brother out there in the algorithm, so we can get more supporters over here. You know what I mean? Now I wonder, would there ever be a canoncation? A canoncation. Can you imagine that? Canon is castro canoncation. Could you imagine me being on occasion? Could you imagine being on castrocation? I wonder, could you imagine me having a vacation? That'd be kind of smooth, but either way, wait some years until some shit get popped off in order for me to have that. I can't just be like, hey, you guys, come to my city. We're going to meet up over here. We're going to do this. Look, everything has to be planned out. Hell, I'm going to have to have somebody with me, on the side that can just be like a tour guide and they can just show you guys certain things of the city because, I don't want to show you the ratchetness and this and that. I want somebody to be a good old narrator and they could just be talking and telling you guys about the city and this and that. Because they done tore down so much of the history here, which is so sad. They've been rebuilding certain buildings that wasn't originally there, which is I don't like because they have torn down too much of the history of the city, and it's sad. But some of these landmarks are still here. Like you guys can go back Central, and see that it's a beautiful. Y'all can go in on the inside. Because I used to hate going. Well, I used to hate going there sometimes because that school still is divided, but everybody gets along. Some of them, not all of them. When I was there, they used to, white folks used to stay with white folks, and black folks used to stay with black folks. Mexicans would stay with Mexicans, and Asians and Chinese and all them. They all be together. All races was racist sometimes. They're intertwined with each other, but the majority of the time you're seeing your kind with your kind and their kind with their kind. We used to have look, you guys. It was so much like that. They used to have a day, mix it up day, and basically that meant you going over to another race, someone that's white. Someone that's white or a Mexican or Chinese, and getting to know them. Schools shouldn't really, in my eyes, I feel like schools shouldn't really have that because the kids should have a, I would say an interest, a generic interest in meeting someone that meeting someone that they may not know. Let them choose that on their own. Because that's how I did it. I just not going. I wasn't going up to people in high school, in elementary, or middle school. I wasn't just going up to anybody and doing that. Like no. I met someone on my own. Shit. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I wasn't fucking with you. And that's, hell, and that's to this day. Shit, I ain't trying to sound mean, but it is what it is. Shit, if I like it, I like it. But if I don't, I don't. Look, and if I see you out in the streets, hell, just act like you don't know me. Because I don't know you. Even though I know you, but I don't know you like that. But I don't want to fuck with you. I do not want to fuck with you. I don't be trusting these niggas. I am not friendly. You got people, folks out here that want to reconnect. I don't want you reconnecting with me. I can speak to you. I don't mind speaking, but at the same time, I ain't trying to be your friend. Because I don't need your issues upon me or around me. I don't want to deal with it. There's nothing wrong with that, is it? I don't think it is. I would hope not. I would hope not. But yeah, I'm just saying. Hopefully you guys get me. Hopefully I'm not making myself look foolish. But I'm just saying. That's how I be sometimes. But you guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here, and I'm gonna give me maybe give me just a good old stretch on the bed before I go to the store. Even though I don't feel like walking. I'm gonna try my best not to get nothing sweet. Cause I got a bad sweet tooth. Them cookies, I demolished them cookies. I demolished them hoes. I kept eating my supper. Yes, indeed. I ate my supper. I'm trying to practice being country. I ate my supper. Yes, indeed. Shit, got on my knees, and how some of them niggas be. Oh boy, they ooey. I don't mean to be funny. I ain't trying to make fun of them, and I'm not. But they, their accents are very, very funny to me. It's very cute. You could tell because they got this accent in the way they speak. Like it's like their tongue will be in the way of some of their words, and they be like, you gotta move that tongue, because it be sounding a little mumbled. But you can understand what they're saying. Well, really, what they're trying to say. I'll put it like that. But it's still, look, them country folks are still entertaining to me. I love them. And then you got some really, you got some really, really country black people here. They talk like Bill Clinton, because I feel like it's different types of country. You got the rural towns, and then you got the ones that's not from there, but they just in another county. They're just kind of out there. It's different types to me. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. You got some deeper, and they got some that may have a little bit of it, but it's not as strong. Mm-hmm. I like I like the ones that got that strong accent. That strong accent is sexy. It's like, wow, you talk totally different from from me, and we from the same state. So it's like when you hear that, it's fun to be around because they say some really funny stuff. It's like country and ghetto, and then you get like sophisticated. It's funny to me, and I love it. I love it. Look, I promise you, I love it. That's why I don't deny fucking with the country people because I fucks with them. They're cool people. Shit, they can drink their asses off. They drink more. I would say they can drink more than the city folks a little bit. Shit, take your ass down into the country, boy. You're gonna get towed up. But I can't be getting towed up. I gotta be shit. I gotta be on watch. Okay, I gotta be on watch. Not saying that anything bad's gonna happen, but I'm just saying that's just me as a person. I'm gonna be on watch, boy. I'm gonna be on my duty. If I ain't finna be playing, not at all. Not at all. That's why I don't really too much associate myself with certain people, individuals, because sometimes you just never know what other people be on. The people that I fucks with now, I've been knowing their asses since 2011. And shit, we've been, been with each other, been with each other like that, It's like shit. I know I'm not finna cross them. They ain't finna cross me. It's a respect level right there on both parts. So I'll be straight. I'm not so easy. I'm not so easy for other people for other folks to really come around and other people to really these close people around me. Cause I can easily be friends with close neighbors and stragglers, but I choose not to do that shit. Like we ain't finna be doing all that shit. Mm-mm. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I don't know you. Mm-mm. I don't give a damn how close you are. It depends on the person. Cause I ain't fucking with you. Mm-mm. That's how I am. I'm always gonna be that way. I'm not gonna change that. Some folks be changing themselves. Shit, I will only change myself. If I feel like I'm just going a little bit too much against the grain. Or if I feel like I maybe need to switch some things up. To be real, but other than that, shit, I'm just always continue to be me, and I'm not going for the bullshit. Not going for the bullshit at all. At all. But I am enjoying I am enjoying this weather. Even though I want to spark back up, but I need to wait because I need to get give me some electrolytes back into my system. Yes, indeed. Give me some what you guys know about them electrolytes? We all need them. I need to give me some Pedialyte. That's what I really need to be sipping on. That may help me when anytime I move some things around, I won't get cramps because I hate getting cramps when I'm working. I cannot let those, I cannot let that little problem affect, my money. Because the last time I had to work through that shit, I didn't give a damn. If my fingers was cramping up to the point where they was I felt like they was throwing up signs. Like it was just like bad. Like the pain like was a 10. Shit. Like, ooh. I had to get some water, some salt, some mustard, some pickle juice. I tried to my ass even tried to eat a pickle. Shit, I think I ate about 2 pickles probably. Trying to, get that damn, that damn cramp out of my fingers. And it was all in on my back. I'm like, damn. But eventually I was able to, kind of come through and shit, do the work. I got paid. I was happy. I was satisfied. But I was not satisfied working with that pain, and with that happening because I had to sit down for a little minute, and I'm so glad the person I was working with, he understood. So shit, it was what it was. So I wasn't finna be over here and be like I'm faking. No, I don't be faking when it comes to money. Mm-mm. Some folks out there can be faking. I ain't faking. I know how to look. I was getting so muddy. The one guy asked me, "Where are you from?" He thought I was from the country. I'm saying I'm from the city. I'm from here. He said you work. He said you work like a country boy. I didn't know that, but yeah. But see, I'm used to getting muddy and dirty because I used to work in landscaping. So you getting up and getting ready for in the morning time. You finna come back home dusty. You gotta get in the shower. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be very very dirty. It's been plenty of times where I dirty from the top of my head to all in my shoes, barks and shit. I take my shoe off, dirt, barks, and all this shit coming out of my shoes. I be that dirty. I used to be so dirty. My boss man used to have to blow me down with his blower because I used to have so much. I think I used to have so much munch that I was getting, and then I used to have other things. Dealing with dirt and grass like that. Man, we used to do some properties and everything. Yes, indeed. I think he used to have some commercial buildings too that he wanted me to do that we did. We had one commercial building that we did. We did it in the Heights, and I had to put the rocks off the truck. It was a lot of them holes, you guys. It was a lot. Look, I'd rather have mulch than getting them motherfucking rocks because them rocks was heavy, and I had a shovel, so I had to shove them holes in a motherfucking wheelbarrow. And I had about 3 wheelbarrows. So I had to reel them holes from the truck all the way back to the sidewalk. I lined them holes up because he was dumping them holes. He wasn't doing shit, but just putting them shit, kind of just spraying that shit out. But them rocks was like the size of our hand. Where really, for real, how big your hand is, that's how big the rock was. Just put your hands in a C. Shit, make a C, boy. That's how big them holes was. I did that by myself. Nope, I didn't. It was just me and him. It's always been me and him. I did that shit, boy. And I wouldn't take it back. I'll do it all over again because I made good money. Even time we had projects, we go to somebody's house. Sometimes we go to a client house. It may take us 2 days. Sometimes 3 days. Sometimes 3 days. Yes, indeed. At some point, I got tired of seeing the same house and seeing all that shit. That you had to blow out. Really, sometimes you can blow it out or break it out. Me personally, I prefer to blow it out. Just blow it on out. Once you blow it out, shit, you can whatever is behind that you didn't get with the blower, you can just rake it out. And then when it comes to the grass and shit, use your blower for the leaves and shit. I'm sure y'all know that already. But we used to use the blower for the leaves and shit. Sometimes he'll put that shit in a circle, and my ass, I just rake all that shit up. Then sometimes I used to have to use one of his lawnmowers, and then have to go across the lawn. I have to put the lawnmower on different levels. Cut the shit kind of high first, and then lower it down so you can kind of what they call that shit. I forgot what the name of it. When the yard is kind of like very very crisp and clean. But I forgot the damn name of it. But we'll get it like that. It used to be so perfect. Oh, I sure forgot the name of that term, but we used to get that shit looking really really nice. We'll trim it all the way down. It was looking like damn, and then he'll come around me as I'm mowing the grass. I used to hate when he do this. He used to be weed eating, and that shit would be he'll be in the spot that he know I'm coming down. I gotta hit this pot. I gotta come down and hit this rope, nigga. Turn that motherfucker a different way. I used to have to hide my, I used to have to turn my head a different way, moving the lawnmower, turning my head. I'm like shit. That shit would be hitting me in the head. That whatever he may be hitting, that shit. The little small specks is flying anywhere. So if you gotta have glasses on because you will get some shit up in your eye, and it can fuck you up. It can fuck you up. So I was trying to be cautious. It's already 8. I gotta go. I was trying to be cautious, shit. Because one time that nigga he was close by me and something like a little small bark kind of cut my face a little bit. It wasn't like a bad cut, but I'm like, nigga, Can you move that mother? I said, like, I had to stop going across, really close to him. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna slow this motherfucker down. Cause nigga, you look, you ain't watching out. Shit, that shit hurt. Getting hit with that shit, somebody eating in here all of a sudden, whatever they cutting down, it's flying over there to you. Like, hell no. This ain't cool. I don't like this. But I think eventually he had got the point. So he'll kind of like stop, and then, when he seen me a couple of times. But them other times, I remember them other times, like, nigga, damn, I'm here. Can you see? What the fuck? Can you look, move that motherfucker the opposite way when if I'm coming down, you see me. Just don't keep going. Shit, just because it ain't hitting you, shit, just because, don't mean don't mean it ain't gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me. Like, I would have thought his old ass would have understood that, but he's so into pleasing white folks. He was very, very into pleasing white folks, which I hated. Like, why are you so up their ass? Like, they don't give a fuck about you. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. Like, they don't give a fuck about you. Shit. Kissing ass like a motherfucker. Like, kissing ass. Like, too old to be kissing ass. This nigga was crazy as fuck to me, if you ask me. That nigga was crazy as fuck. Like, you kissing ass and shit. Like, nigga, please. And then there was a time when I was around him. He was talking to a customer. And then he had called me by my name. Talking about, oh, such and such John. Well, y'all know me already. So he was like, such and such Castro, go over there by the car. I'm like, nigga, I don't give a damn about you talking about some goddamn business and some money. Shit, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Because at the end of the damn day, I know how much you gonna pay me anyways for whatever you need me to do for the time being. You ain't fooling me. It's like that, and that comes along with anybody that I have worked with over the years. And I know, it's like you know what they finna do. I'm psychic. I know. I should say I'm psychic, but I have clairvoyant. I'm very, very clairvoyant. So therefore, the clairvoyancy inside of me be knowing what's finna go down before it actually goes down. It's the truth. Shit, you can't fool me. She can't fool me. I don't give a damn what she may tell you. When I'm not so close in your proximity, nigga, I know what the fuck is going on. What the fuck you like? What the fuck you mean? That's why I'm out here. I'm trying to get it, just like you trying to get it. It just ain't you working for that little small check that she finna, deposit into your account, whatever you want. Or you finna deposit into your account, or she finna give it over to you. Like, shit, nigga, please. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about my cut. That's it. Shit. Because you ain't coming out there. Look, you may have came out your pocket a few motherfucking times, but at the same time, you still use their money. So you can get a deposit. Shit. Okay. You better get that shit out of here, buddy. Get that shit out of here. Yeah. Nigga, who you think you fooling over here? Who you think you motherfucking fooling? What's up, Egyptian goddess? Who you think you fooling? Motherfucker love to make some deposits, boy. Shoot, I wish I could make a few deposits myself. Shit, let me get that money. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Money. Shout out to all the people that own something in their name. They got something in their name. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. And I'm not playing. I'm for real. Thank you. I want to be just like y'all one day. Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Look, at least y'all doing the legal way. Some of y'all are. Not everybody's doing the legal way, but it is what it is. But yeah, continue to do it. Careful. Just be careful. Yes, and yeah, I would love to have me a few places with my look. That's coming from me. I can know what the name. So if folks are fucking with it too. My grandfather always told me anything that you may want to come up with, you may want to go into business, about. Hey, sometimes you gotta pick food. Now, me personally, I don't want to fuck with the food, but I'm gonna have to look. It's ways around it. Just find someone that can cook very, very well. And they can hire people. They can hire people. They can hire people and go to get once they get their license and shit like that. They can hire people and they can be under me. Yeah. Oh well, I don't want to. I shouldn't talk like that on here because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I shouldn't talk. I don't know if I'm talking to that. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut it up. Just shut it up. Because I don't want to give too much away of what I'm really about what I be thinking about sometimes. So shut up. And I'm making the right decision, boy, to keep it on mute, boy. I got to keep it on mute. Sometimes you can have a moment where you just oversharing, boy. You got to keep your ideas to yourself. Don't be saying too much. You can say something, but don't say too much. But you guys, it's been real. I appreciate you guys for coming through. Look, if you come through, please like the video. I gotta go to the store before it's too late. And look, I love you guys. Thank you for coming through. Look, please like the video, share it out if you want to. I don't care, you know. But thank you guys for coming through and showing love and thumbs up in the video and just even watching me and listening to what I was saying and talking about. I appreciate it because this wasn't even planned. But I wish everybody would have a wonderful day, a wonderful morning. Make sure you guys put whatever you ate probably last night, because I know hell, I don't know if you cook breakfast or not. I don't know if you like breakfast, but hell, whatever food that you got to put on your stomach, put it on your stomach. Get out there, move around, maybe do a little stretching. Move that leg, drop it low if you have to. Ain't nothing wrong with dropping it low. Get a little squat in. Shit, duck walk if you have to. Shit, do something that you can get get them muscles. Hey, move them muscles, stretch them arms out, move that ass. Shake that ass if you have to. Shake. And look, ain't nothing wrong with shaking that ass. Everybody does it sometimes. I feel like we all have to, hey, let me shake this ass here and there. Ain't nothing wrong with shaking the ass. Shit. I want to see, sometimes I even want to see some ass shake. I like seeing ass shaking and moving. Sometimes I love to see a thick old ass moving. Oh, wait. But you guys have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get up on out of here. It's been real. And please like the video. I'm out of here, you guys. Y'all be blessed and not stressed.